I'm Tommy. Today, sorry, I'm a bit sweaty after my morning exercise. Today is the first day of EMCO, Eternal MCO, alright, again, right? Alright, so today I would like to introduce one very, very special car that I've just gotten like 1 week ago. So I'm going to show you guys that it is actually possible to own something that is very, very cheap and very, very cheerful and easy to run. Alright, guess what car is that? Ooh. This is a BMW E36 328. I think it's older than most of you guys. It is 24 years old today. Alright, and I think I can try to apply for a classic car status next year. Okay, but there are some prerequisites that I have to meet. If I manage to get the classic car status, I will be able to enjoy 80% of the road tax cost. And why do I get this car? All right, you know, when I was still in school many years back in the 90s, this car is like, wow, it's my dream car. When my friends parents fetch them to school in this car, or when my friends boyfriend came to pick them up in this car. And then from there on, I was like, okay, one day I must own this car. And today I've owned it, right? So I've gotten this car at about less than 10,000. Okay, I wouldn't tell you the actual cost price, less than 10,000. And the condition is like, wow, surprised me, all right? So when you buy used car, I mean, the thing that you have to look out for is make sure that it is not a major accident car. What does it mean is the car does not get an accident up to here, or the car didn't flip over before, the guy didn't get T-bone before, or the car didn't get a major accident up to here. Alright, so the car that I've gotten, it is absolutely accident free. Alright, accident free, not even fender bender. Alright, exception for some scratches. The paintwork, I think it is still original. Alright, look at the paintwork over here. It's still on original BMW rims. Alright, there's a bit of paint fade over here. Alright, on the roof, this is normal because this is the part that's facing the sun. Alright, over 24 years, I think this is absolutely normal. I think what I would do is after the EMCO, I would send this car for a new paint job, which would cost me back less than 2,000 ringgit. I'm in the used car, so I can get quite a good price. So if you guys want to know where to get good price for car fixing, spraying, please let me know. Please put down in comment, or please PM me. Alright, so let me show you what do I like, really like about this car. Alright, let's get in. Oh, before I even start the car, alright, so let's look at the interior. A little bit dirty over here, not a big problem. I can send it for detailing. Alright, I can get my car wash guy to do it. It's common for leather to crack. This is 24 years old leather. Not a big worry. I can send to upholstery shop and put a new layer of leather. I mean, I can choose what type of leather do I want to put. I can put Napa leather if I have the budget for it. Let's look at the interior. The steering is a bit worn off. Not a big problem. I can fix this within 200 to 300 ringgit. I can even upgrade it to Alcantara. Look at the buttons. You do not get the modern BMW melting problem. This is a 24 years old button, alright? This is genius, alright? They put the power windows button in the middle, which means that you can, the passenger can control the window for the driver's side, which is a bit impossible for modern cars, right? And then you see, alright, when they put the buttons in the middle, what does it mean is they minimize the buttons over here, alright, and over here, alright. It makes it look sexy, alright. Look at the meter. Ooh, the dashboard. This is what I would say is, in my dictionary, this is the first generation of modern BMW. Alright, it gets some digital display over here, a small one. And this is lovely, alright. This is the fuel consumption meter, alright. It is analog and it's moving. I think this is better than the digital one in the modern BMW. Alright, it has some. This is not working really properly. I can fix it later. I think this is a fuel consumption meter and clock and those stuff. The thing's a bit wear off is here. This is wearing off is here. I think I can change this. Alright. You know what? The owner still keeps the BMW manual. This is 24 years old, alright? The leather at the back is a bit worn off, tear off a bit here. Not a big problem. I can fix this within like, I think 200 ringgit, 300 ringgit. I can fix this. Everything else works in this car. Alright. Alright, let's get to the interesting part. The engine. This is the one of the main reason I bought this car. It is a 6-cylinder, 2.8 liter engine. Alright. I just want to drive big CC car, right? Because you know, you have watched the Fast and Furious. There was one part whereby Vin Diesel, he belittled the other guy that was driving the Evolution, the Japanese car. Yeah, so he was driving a big CC car and belittled the small CC car. And that's because there's always a saying, there's nothing replace displacement. Let me start the car. It's still a bit cold, alright? It's considered cold start. Ooh, one crank and start. Alright, the aircon, digital aircon for 24 years old car. Alright, you don't even get it in the A class, the Mercedes A class. Alright, the W1276 A class. Alright, the V6, sorry, no, the inline 6 is so nice. Ooh, the sound. Okay, for you guys that haven't tried inline 6 or V6 engine before, go and try it. Alright, it feels like a real man's car. Vroom. Okay, listen to this. Alright, what should I do next? The roof is good. Alright, it's either the previous owner has fixed it, or maybe the older BMWs are more reliable, because newer European cars, they're all this piece always drop off. Alright, and you need to fix it. You need to spend 300 ringgit to fix it. The thing I'm really impressed with this car is the buttons. Alright, 24 years old button. Look at this. Look at this. 24 years old button. Alright, this is crazy. This is really of high quality. Alright, this car has done 92,000 kilometers. I can't verify the mileage, but it looks like 92,000 kilometers. That's because the only thing that I fixed after I've gotten this car was the what is that? Crankshaft sensor. One set of it, 2 pieces, and I've replaced the throttle body. That's because the car stalled. Okay, the car stalled when I was driving at low speed around the parking, and then I had to start. I have to crank few times to get it up and running again. I sent it to the mechanic. The mechanic said, "Oh, okay, your crankshaft sensors are gone. I cannot read any signal from your throttle body." So I've replaced used throttle body, and for the sensors, I've gotten a new one. All right. So all in all, the cost of repair is 1,800, including labor and parts. And yeah, when I got the car, there was an ABS error over here, and my mechanic has diagnosed this to be the cable melted, right? The cable that connected the ABS module and the car melted. So he just changed to a used cable set. It cost about 150 ringgit. So 1,800 ringgit to get this car up and running. All right, for a 24 years old car. Is that reasonable for you? I've driven this car for about 400 kilometers for the past 2 weeks. 1 week. And it has been working fine. Lovely, sweet. Alright, let's get to the more interesting part, the engine. Guess what, guys? The absorber is still working. Alright. This is the signature engine from BMW. M52B28. Alright, this is a single Vanos engine. What does it mean by single Vanos engine? It's like your Toyota car, it has a single VVTi, or your previous generation Myvi, where it has a single VVTi, single adjustable cam. Okay, the latest one will have the dual Vanos, whereby the intake and exhaust cam, it is adjustable by the mechanism inside the car. Alright, to make it more efficient, more powerful. Right, let's listen to the engine. All right, it's still smooth. All right, let me just turn it off so that you can hear me properly. I'll just turn it off. All right, so is there any problem with this engine aside from the 1,800 that I've spent to fix it? Yeah, a little bit of leaking on the valve cover gasket. The valve cover, which is absolutely normal for any car, even a Japanese or even Maybach. There will be a bit of leak at the top valve cover. All right, so I'm not fixing it right now because it's not very serious. It's just leaking. It's a bit wet. All right, so to fix it, it costs about 300 ringgit, including labor. It's not very expensive. Even for the modern BMW, if you have a leak on the top valve cover gasket, it will cost like 500 to 600 ringgit to fix. It's not very expensive, and it only happened like once in maybe 5 or 10 years, depending on how you drive it. And there's a bit of leak at the flywheel oil seal where I need to, where the mechanic will take down the gearbox to replace the oil seal, which is not very serious. Mechanic thought it's just a bit wet, so I do not think I will fix it because it's not serious. It's an old car, right? We have to accept that it is not perfect. Even new car is not perfect. You can get to the Facebook page of X70, Proton X70, and you look at how many people complain that their car has been in the service center, sitting for 3 months waiting for spare parts. All right. For this car, I do not need to wait for spare parts. Spare parts are available instantly. Anything goes wrong, if I lose my engine today, my engine hilang, I lose my engine, somebody steal my engine, I can get a new engine within the same day. That is how fast I can get spare parts. All right, my car do not need to spend like 3 months in the workshop. All right, you only need to spend like 1 day, 2 days in the workshop max. All right. So you look at the engine, it's so huge, 2.8. All right. So what is the? I mean, everything is fine with this car, right? What is the? I mean, there's always a pros and cons in owning a car, right? I've been telling you guys all the good stuff, all right? But let me tell you one of the bad stuff, all right? Rotex. This is a 2,800cc. Rotex is generally expensive, 1,600 ringgit a year, all right? And the fuel consumption is a 2,800cc, about 1.4 tons body weight. So fuel consumption is generally higher than your Myvi. All right. I haven't run a full tank yet, but I'm guessing I will get about 12 to 13 liter per 100 kilometer. That means about 7 to 8 kilometer a liter. This is for city driving, yeah. Of course, MCO, I cannot drive far. This is for city driving around housing areas. So I'm getting this kind of fuel consumption, which I think is very reasonable. That's because this is a 2,800cc and it actually gives you a smile in your face when you just rev it, okay? For you guys that haven't tried a 6-cylinder engine before, go and try it. And then you can compare to the 4-cylinder engine, or maybe now they come up with 3-cylinder engine, which is, I think, is like, there's no pleasure to drive it, those cars anymore, right? It's very different, 6-cylinder engine, all right? This is like, how do I say? This type of engine or this type of model is going to extinct, okay? Because the European car manufacturer, they are going for turbocharged, less cylinders, because they want to go green over there. So 6-cylinder engine, drive it while you still have it, all right? This car is classic, all right? And yeah, fuel consumption is a bit higher. Rotex is expensive, but I think in the next video I will show you the total ownership of this car, which is cheaper than owning a new Myvi. All right, over 5 years. I can show you guys over 5 years. I can do the calculations, or maybe it's not fair to compare with Myvi, right? This is BMW. Maybe let's compare it with what is that? A Honda Civic, the 1.5 turbo. It's the same class. It's a C segment. It gets about the same power. This guy has about 197 horsepower. So let's round it up 200 horsepower. It gets to 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds, which is really fast for a 24 years old car. Don't play, okay? Top speed about 236 kilometer an hour. All right. That is I think top speed is faster than your new Civic, the 1.5 turbo. For acceleration, I think it's on par. But when you drive this car, it's not about going fast, it's about enjoying the car. Alright, this car is nice to drive. Alright, okay, thank you. Alright guys, I'm going to let you guys hear the exhaust note. This is music to my ears. Alright, inline 6 engine. Okay, the more cylinder you have, the nicer the exhaust note that your car produces. Let me start the car. Can you hear that, guys? Is it nice? Guys, before I end this, please subscribe and like this channel so that you will be notified when I come up with the second video of this car to explain or to show you guys the total cost of ownership of this car. Alright, thank you.